There are a ton of different mobs in 99 Nights in the Forest. However, for the past few months, they've all been, well, kind of useless and annoying. Like, can these stupid alpha wolves stop attacking me? But that's all about to change, because this recently added class allows you to tame and control any animal in all of 99 Nights in the Forest. Meaning today, I'm going to be capturing every single mob and creating the first ever animal city.
Dude, I actually don't know how we did this. That is literally every single animal.
However, there is one slight issue. If I want to tame every single mob, starting with a rabbit all the way to a literal mammoth, I'm going to need a ton of resources. But first, we might as well start off with the first animal. And that is, well, obviously the rabbit. And let's see if we're able to tame the first animal of this video. So we just have to quickly complete this taming game. There we go. And we just have to give this rabbit a carrot and he should be tamed. Okay, boom, just like so. We got a rabbit named Fern. That is so cool. That is the first animal we have tamed of this video. And now that we have Fern, we're gonna just quickly make a little room for them. If we could get a W Fern in the comments, that would be absolutely amazing. And this right here will be the start to our massive animal city. And trust me, you guys will want to stay till the end because the animals will get crazier and crazier as the video goes on. So you do not want to miss that because it gets absolutely insane. Okay, it looks like we finally have enough logs to make the first room for Fern. Unfortunately, it looks like we do need to level up the crafting bench first. So actually, what I'm gonna do is quickly make a bunny trap and place it down right here and make sure Fern just stays inside of it. So what I'm gonna do is let's get Fern straight over here and let's quickly sit them down, and this will be Fern's room for a majority of the video. Oh, Fern! Oh my gosh, wait, no, I didn't. Oh my gosh, I didn't. Oh, I did. Yo, on to the next animal. On to the next animal. Yeah, so it turns out, for some reason, bunny traps will work on your own tamed animals. No other trap in the entire game works on your own animals, but I guess a bunny trap does. I don't know why, don't question it. Let's just go back to the gameplay. I'm actually running a completely new kit that they just released where you're able to summon wolves and alpha wolves with just steak. It is by far one of the best kits in the game right now. So that's currently what I'm running in order to make this massive animal city. And it looks like we might actually be able to summon in our first wolf here if we get a piece of steak. Yep, there we go. And let's quickly summon in our first wolf. Okay, there we go. We have Snickers. Sweet. That is amazing. And by the looks of it, he is actually an alpha wolf because of one of the perks that comes with this kit. So we currently have an alpha wolf and look at him go. Oh my gosh, he just obliterated that wolf right there. And let's actually quickly head back to base because we do have a wolf pelt and a bunny's foot. So that'll be super useful for getting some good stuff from the pelt trader. So we have our bunny foot right here and hopefully we're able to get some decent stuff. Okay, we can get a good axe and I think we'll be able to get another decent thing. Okay, either a revolver, old taming flute, or a spear. I think I'm gonna go with the spear just because that's pretty solid overall for like fighting wolves. And I think what we're gonna do is keep exploring and try to get a few more wolves. Currently, so far, we have tamed the bunny and alpha wolf, but in order to tame a normal wolf and some other animals later in the video, we're going to need to get a ton of steak. Okay, we need to get one more piece of steak in order to summon in a wolf. So let's quickly go straight over here and kill this wolf and we should be able to summon in our next animal. Okay, there we go. We have Bubbles. That is absolutely amazing. And after getting 2 tamed wolves, I decided it was time to see how powerful they were and try to save the first kid. And honestly, these wolves are so much better than I would have ever expected. And now what we're gonna do is quickly save Dino Kid. I want to get a load of more steak in order to grow my wolf army. Being able to summon wolves with just a few steak is so unbelievably busted. Okay, now by the looks of it, there are a ton of wolves over here. Okay, wow, that is a lot more than I expected. However, I'm pretty sure if I get them all to follow me, it should be pretty easy to kill them all with the spear. Yeah, if I just run around them, all of my wolves should pretty much kill them. Yeah, that was really fast. And now we can pick up all of the steak and we should be able to summon in 2 more wolves. There we go. Okay, so already we have 4 wolves a part of our team. That is crazy. This low-key might be a wolf city instead of like an animal city at this rate. But obviously, we're gonna be getting crazier and crazier mobs as the video goes on, so make sure to stay tuned. And by the looks looks of it, there's another chest right here, so I should be able to get some decent stuff from here. Let's see, what do I get? What do I get? I should be able to get something pretty solid. Okay, another good axe. I did not need that at all. However, this area has not been explored in the slightest, and it looks like there's some cultists over here. So I think what we're gonna do is test our wolf army on these cultists. So here we go. I hit that guy just like so. And whoa, he got absolute. Oh my gosh, dude, these wolves are insane. Okay, yeah, this is definitely one of the best kits in the game. That is ridiculous how fast they got killed right there. Okay, that was genuinely kind of insane. Now let's quickly head back to base just so we don't die or get obliterated by the deer. But wow, I did not expect those wolves to be that good. This genuinely might be like the new cyborg class. This seems ridiculously broken. And it looks like we'll be able to get fire level 5 really quickly here. Yep, there we go, fire level 5. That is absolutely amazing. And we saved a missing child. We are making really good progress. Now, unfortunately, I low-key am kind of starving right now. So let me quickly eat some of this cooked steak, and I think we're gonna keep chopping down trees in order to expand the rest of our farm, just because we do want to get a ton of stew, and later in the video, we're going to need to get a ton of cakes and pumpkins in order to actually like tame these end game mobs, such as the bear, mammoth, etc. Let's get all of this wood and try to craft a few more farm plot blueprints, and then we'll go and save the next kid as well. But right now, we're simply just trying to get a ton of gear and materials. That way we're able to prep to make this absolutely massive animal city and allow us to actually tame these OP mobs in the future, because the mammoth and bear are genuinely like so hard to tame. And it looks like something evil is approaching our campfire tonight. I'm not too scared, so let's quickly go save Kraken Kid. Oh, and it looks like we just got a leather body. That is absolutely amazing. And there are a ton of cultists over here. Holy cow. Okay, hopefully all of our wolves are able to kill these guys. Oh my gosh, I'm taking a bit of damage, but my wolves are going absolutely crazy right now. Okay, both of the crossbow dudes are dead. Yo, wait, our wolves are going absolutely off. What in the world? Yo, wait, this actually might be one of the best kits in the game. That is absolutely insane. And actually, because all of these mobs are trapped over here, and ooh, I am a bit hungry, but I'll quickly show you guys what I'm gonna do with these trapped bears and these trapped alpha wolves. This is actually really good for us. Oh, and it looks like there's a little ammo area right here. Oh, this is absolutely amazing. Okay, because I'm literally about to starve, I'm gonna eat a few raw morsels and quickly head back to base. I don't really want to starve to death, so we're just gonna head back to base and quickly keep expanding our farm plot blueprints, just so we're able to get a ton of food later on and we don't have to worry about all of this. But because all of those bears and alpha wolves were trapped right there, I'm wondering if it'll make it really easy to actually like tame those guys. Because you think about it, if they can't move and get mad at me, it should be really easy to tame them in that cage, if I'm not mistaken. At least that is the hypothesis. We'll see if that actually holds up to be true or not. And it looks like we are about to be attacked, so let me quickly pick up all of these logs, and I just want to quickly craft one more farm plot blueprint before I worry about anything else. But I know we're about to get attacked, so let's see if our wolf army can actually deal with it pretty quickly here. Let's put all of my logs in there just like so. And where are all these cultists? Okay, boom, I hit that guy, and look at those wolves go. Oh my gosh, they literally one-tap the cultists. That is absolutely insane. Oh my gosh, this actually might be one of the best classes in the entire game. That is so good. Okay, but let's level up our crafting table. And honestly, what I think we're gonna do is quickly make a sundial, a regular bed, compass, a rainwood storage, and let's quickly upgrade the crafting bench, and I'm gonna try to craft the crock pot next. We just need to get all the basics down before we start making this massive animal city. And it looks like I'm about to starve to death again, so we're probably gonna have to kill a few bunnies just so we're able to get a bit more meat. Really do not feel like dying right now. And I'm just gonna chop down a few more trees just so I'm able to make a crock pot blueprint. All right, and we should have enough to make a crock pot blueprint right now, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, there we go. Okay, so we have a crock pot, and I think we'll just place it right here. That should be good. And let's quickly place down this rainwood storage. All right, and there we go. And let's quickly craft some stew before I literally starve to death. That'd be very bad if that happens. And then once we actually craft all of this stew, we will quickly go back into the forest and start taming some more mobs and save the rest of the kids. But so far, we are looking really good on progress right now. Actually, I just realized we haven't even crafted a map, so I should probably do that before I go out and explore again. I'm kind of shocked we haven't, but sure. Okay, that's enough wood, and we should be able to craft this map now. And boom, there we go. Okay, we're chilling. What we're gonna do is just quickly get a ton more stew before we fully go out and explore. And I think I'm just gonna keep gathering wood, and honestly, I'll just wait till the next day. There's only really 50 seconds seconds of the day left, so I think I'm just gonna keep exploring, get a ton of wood, and make a load of farm plot blueprints when I get back to base, because you'll see why, but we are going to need a ton of pumpkins and cakes and all of that later in the video. Okay, it's finally daytime, and it looks like a ton of our farm plot blueprints just made a load of carrots and pumpkins for us. So I'm gonna craft a bit more stew, and then we're gonna go out and explore and try to save the next kid. Okay, there we go. We have 2 pieces of stew, so let's actually start exploring and see if we're able to save Kraken Kid. It shouldn't be too hard, especially with our massive wolf army that we have, so we should be able to do this pretty easily. Okay, I see the little area right over there. It has a ton of alpha wolves. Holy cow. And I'm wondering if my dogs will attack anything if I shoot them. Okay, yeah, they will. That is absolutely great for us. In fact, that actually makes my job much easier if that's the case. Okay, so it looks like they have to be in a certain radius when I'm shooting at the mobs, but that does mean that my dogs will attack them, so I think that does make my job pretty easy. The only unfortunate part is it does feel like these dogs are pretty slow. You know, they might have to change that in the future. That way it's actually like possible for your dogs to just insta-kill these alpha wolves, but then that could be a bit too broken. I don't know, we'll see in the future. But there we go, we have another dog, and now we have our dog army completely maxed out. That is amazing. And let's quickly save Kraken Kid and open this chest. Maybe we'll get something good right here. Okay, we got a box of seeds. Planted some berries. That's pretty solid. Okay, it looks like this wolf is after us. I don't know why. He is about to get cooked. Yep, there we go. And I guess whenever I get steak, I can literally just feed it to my wolves. It's pretty easy to do. Let's quickly kill this alpha wolf just like so. And wow, we got another alpha bull. Oh, okay, it looks like Vestinian just died. What in the world? Okay, we'll quickly have to revive him. I don't know how that happened. I guess he was trying to tame something and he got cooked. That might have been what happened. So let me quickly get this fuel canister, and I guess I'll just head straight over to him. And ooh, it looks like we got another piece of cake, and there's a ton of stuff over there as well. I'm gonna quickly try to revive Vestinian, and then we should be good to try to start taming the next animal, which is going to be the bear. And yeah, that's gonna be a bit difficult, but I think we'll be able to do it. Looks like the deer's after us. I am really not scared in the slightest. We should be completely fine. And where in the world did Vestinian die? Oh, he died super far away. Okay, I'm thinking I should probably head back to base before I try to save him. I kind of have an angry deer after me right now. So, yeah, we're just gonna head back to base before we try to do anything. There we go. We're back at base. Okay, and wow, we got a ton of more pumpkins and a few cakes from this. Let me quickly collect all of these farm plots, and then I'll quickly save Vestinian after. I just want to make sure I'm always on top of keeping these farm plots always like growing something, because we do need a ton of food for this video, and pumpkins and cakes are the main one. So let's quickly head over to him and revive him. You know, I have no clue how he died. He was probably trying to like tame a bear or something. I wouldn't be too shocked if that was the case. Oh, it looks like he was at the stronghold. Okay, no, he was a bit further out. Interesting. Okay, it looks like he died around here. Okay, I don't know how he died, but he did. So let's just quickly revive him. There we go. And I honestly can't tell how he died. He probably just ran into something, or he starved to death. That might have been it, actually. And let's quickly summon all of my wolves, and let's have, oh my gosh, dude, that alpha wolf just died instantly. This is such a broken kit. And you know, I do want to see what it's like to actually like tame a deer. Oh, and that alpha wolf is after me right now. Hopefully he will die pretty fast. Yep, there we go. And let's see if it's easy to tame a bear or not. Whoa. Oh, okay, wait, he does not like me. Oh my gosh, wait, my wolves are going after him right now. Oh my, yo, they just took down a bear. Wait, they actually just casually took down a bear. Wait, what in the world? Oh my gosh, these wolves might be so much better than I expected. That is insane. What? Okay, so you're saying if I just hit that bear, all of my wolves should be after him, right? Oh my gosh, that is, okay, you know, we died as well, but so did the bear. The bear also died. I'm pretty sure this is how Vestinian also died, was trying to kill bears. But that is crazy how much damage they deal. Especially if I shoot a bear, I'm pretty sure if I don't go close range with them, it should be really easy to kill them. That is honestly kind of insane. Okay, it looks like we're about to be revived, so this is pretty good timing. Yep, there we go. We're finally revived. And whoa, okay, that lightning just struck me down. Holy cow. Looks like the wolf is after us right now. I'm not too concerned. I'm just gonna fill up my sack and make sure I don't move, and just feed a few of my pets some more food. Okay, wow, these wolves are insane. This is crazy. And can I stop getting struck by lightning? Okay, it's fine. We're back to half health. Let's just quickly head back to base so we don't die for no reason. But that is honestly kind of crazy, like how good these wolves are and how fast they're able to kill bears. Like, I did not expect that. That is absolutely insane. All right, but I'm heading back to base, and I think what we're gonna do next is try to tame a bear. I know we literally just died, but you know, we should be good. And it looks like a ton of crops just grew in. Okay, this is absolutely amazing. We're making a ton of progress. Now, unfortunately, what we're gonna need to do is release one of our dogs. Oh, and it looks like the pelt trade arrived, so I guess I'll just give him an alpha wolf pelt. Okay, we can get a giant sack. That is amazing for us. So there we go. That is actually really good. But we will have to release one of our dogs, unfortunately, because we do want to try to tame either a bear or another alpha wolf. And we have another 20 wood, so let's create a few more farm plot blueprints just like so, and place them down right here. There we go. Okay, so I do have to somehow let one of these guys free. I honestly don't know how that works. Oh, and it looks like we have to tame more mobs in order to level up our flute. Okay, what I think we're gonna do is try to level up this taming flute. That way we're just able to get a ton of new stuff. But that does mean we're gonna have to release one of our wolves. So let's release that guy right there. And yup, he is gone. That is unfortunate for us. But that does mean we are able to tame some other bunnies now and just some other wolves in general. So let's see, we can try to tame this guy right here, and hopefully he's pretty easy to tame. Okay, he wants a morsel and a steak. Okay, that should be pretty easy. Let's quickly kill this bunny right here. That is a morsel and that is a steak, and this should level up our taming flute a decent amount. Okay, yep, there we go. And it looks like he'll need some more morsels and steak, I'm imagining. Let's see, but this should be able to level up our taming flute by a decent amount if we're able to get what he wants. Now, it does look like we're being attacked tonight, so we're gonna have to quickly kill all of these cultists, and then preferably we're able to get a ton of more meat to level up our taming flute. That's really what we need to do right now, is just level up this flute. So let's see. Okay, a few cultists are about to spawn in. Yep, there's one right over here, and these wolves should just be able to instantly kill them. Yeah, that is absolutely ridiculous how fast they die. And I think that was it. I'm pretty sure all of the cultists are dead now. That was very, very fast. Now, I think I'm just gonna keep collecting a ton more wood and a ton more morsels. That way I'm able to tame a load of more wolves. Really, we're just trying to level up our taming flute in order to either tame some bears or more alpha wolves. Just a load of things we need to do, kind of all stem from leveling up our taming flute. And it looks like Vest just asked if we want to do the stronghold. So I guess we'll just say sure, and we'll see how strong our wolves are, and if we're able to properly take down a stronghold. You know, we should be able to, but you never know. It could be a bit difficult. All right, here we go. We have a load of wolves on us. This should be kind of insane. Okay, let's go in here and let's see how this goes down. Okay, we have a ton of cultists right there, and let's just see how oh my gosh, the dogs are going crazy. I actually need to whistle mine in. I don't know what they're doing right now. For some reason, they're all stuck right there. They need to actually like climb up here. Okay, there we go. And let's see how crazy our wolves go. Oh my gosh, this is ridiculous. Yo, these wolves literally are just like mini tanks. This is insane. Okay, this genuinely might be one of the best kits. Holy cow. Okay, somehow we're gonna need to get all of these wolves up here. I don't know how that's gonna work. Okay, they're gonna have to follow me, and then preferably they're able to come up these stairs. Ooh, it looks like they get stuck at the bottom. Okay, unfortunately, I don't know if these wolves will be able to follow me up. Okay, yeah, this is a bit tragic. We're probably gonna have to complete the stronghold legit then. That is very unfortunate. And because I don't want to waste your time, here's a quick montage of me clearing the entire stronghold. And here's exactly what I got. Okay, a tactical shotgun. That is absolutely amazing. Yes, there we go. And now from here, after getting this tactical shotgun, it was time for me to just get a load of materials and resources for this massive animal city. My main priority during this time was to get a strong flute, and it literally took so long. Literally 70 days went by of me just taming animals and feeding them food to get this strong flute. But thankfully, we were finally able to get it, and that means we're now able to tame mammoths and bears. Okay, thank God. That took so long. It turns out you're just able to feed your pets in order to level up your flute. Unfortunately, that literally took me like 30 days of grinding food to level it up. But we're finally able to level it up now. So we're gonna head straight over to the flute leveling up place. Thank God we're able to do that because that took way too long. But once we level up this flute, I honestly think we're gonna try to tame our first mammoth. I feel like we're in a pretty good good spot to where we could try to do it. But that does mean we're gonna need to go into the winter biome and actually get some like proper winter clothing. That shouldn't be too big of a deal though, but just putting it out there. And where do I upgrade this? Okay, right here. And that should be it, right? That should be a maxed out flute if I'm not mistaken. Okay, sweet. That is a completely maxed out taming flute. That is absolutely amazing. Let's go. And that means we're able to literally just go into the winter biome, grind out a bit of winter clothing, and then we should be able to tame a mammoth, and that will be one of the many that we're going to be taming for this massive animal city. Now that does mean we're going to have to actually kill a few of these Arctic foxes, but that's not too big of a deal. We just need to get some of their pelts. That way we're able to craft a few Arctic fox pelt hats, so it should be pretty easy to get some. Yep, we got 2 right there, so we only need 1 more. I'm honestly kind of shocked we got that many that fast. Okay, wow, there are a lot coming after me right now. Thankfully, I have all of my wolves here, and yeah, this should be a pretty easy cleanup. Okay, there we go, and wow, somehow we didn't get a fox pelt there. I'm kind of shocked. We still need 1 more in order to make a proper hat, but I don't think that'll be too big of an issue. Let's kill this guy right here. And wow, somehow we still haven't gotten another Arctic fox belt. You know, I'm assuming we'll be able to get one here pretty shortly. Yep, there's just a few more we have to kill. They don't really do a lot of damage. They're just kind of annoying to deal with. Okay, we should be able to get one from this guy, I'm pretty sure. Wow, we still haven't got one. That is kind of shocking. And night is approaching. Okay, preferably we don't get stuck out in the cold. I really do need another Arctic fox pelt though. Okay, hopefully we're able to get one from these guys. Okay, there's a few after me right now. Should be able to get one right over here. Okay, nice. We got another. Thank God. Let's quickly head straight over to the little clothing crafting place. And we really do need to make an Arctic fox pelt hat as soon as possible. Okay, unfortunately the owl is after me. You know, I should be fine just chilling out here in the cold. Just gonna wait for him to leave and then quickly try to create a hat. You know, this owl is kind of annoying. Please just leave. Yo. Okay, wait, these owls just hate me. What in the world? You know, I shouldn't die to alpha wolves just because I have all these wolves around me, but this is a bit concerning. I think I'm just gonna chill here right now. If another alpha wolf spawns on me, I might pop a bandage, but I think I'm chilling right now because all these wolves will take care of it. Yep, I'm gonna pop a bandage just so I don't die here. Thankfully, I don't have to move or anything because my wolves will just instantly kill any alpha wolves. So we're kind of just chilling right now. And let's quickly go over to the beanie place and make us a hat. And oh, I almost angered the owl right there. Okay, thankfully I didn't. Let's see, there's only 13 seconds of night left. I think I'm just gonna chill, let my wolves kill all these alpha wolves, and we should be good here. 8 more seconds. Okay, yep, we're good. Thank God. That was a bit stressful, but now we're able to make some warm clothing. Sweet. An Arctic fox pelt hat. There we go. And now what I think we're gonna do is actually release one of our dogs. So let's just release one just like so. And let's just see how hard it is to either tame a mammoth or a polar bear. You know, I don't know where I'm gonna find either of those. I'm assuming I'll just have to travel a bit deeper into this biome. Oh, and we got a piece of cake right there. Sweet. I know that is a required material in order to get a mammoth. So that's really, really good for us. And you know, hopefully we'll just see a mammoth or something out here. I mean, I'm assuming we'll find one or even like a polar bear. Yo, taming a polar bear would be so cool. Okay, nice. There's a mammoth right there. Okay, I'm assuming he's not going to be mad at me. Let me just try to tame him. And whoa, he is very hard to tame. Okay, you have to be really quick with your fingers here and like really accurate as well. Wait, this is kind of difficult to do. Why is this so hard to do? That is a lot harder than I thought. Okay, so I think we'll try to tame him a bit later. I did not expect it to be that hard to tame the mammoth. That is genuinely one of the hardest things I've seen. Okay, maybe we'll be able to come down here and either kill some of these polar bears or try to tame one of them. I think we're going to shoot at one of them first. And honestly, we're going to try to either get some polar bear pelts and then we'll just see what the requirements are to tame the other one. I don't know why my dogs don't feel like attacking this polar bear right now. This is kind of weird. They're like all bugged. Okay, wow, we got a polar bear pelt straight off the bat. That is crazy. And let's also, oh wow, okay, let's kill that polar bear then. Sweet, let's get that guy. Nice. And wow, we got a ton of steak from that as well. Holy cow. Okay, night is approaching. Ooh, we got an ice sword. Sweet. Not much for me to do in here. I think I'll just chill in here or try to find another safe spot to AFK in. Is there anything near me? Okay, yeah, there's a spot right over here. I should be able to get there in time, but who knows? Maybe we'll be able to kill a few more polar bears and actually get a polar bear hat. That would be super, super useful for this challenge because I'm still getting very cold, even though I already have an Arctic fox pelt hat. So getting a polar bear one would be very, very useful. But I think I'm just gonna AFK here until it turns day. And I'm just going to keep exploring the ice biome. So I'll cut to when it's day. And I honestly want to see if we're actually able to tame these polar bears or not. You know, I don't know how hard it's going to be to tame these polar bears, but let's see what the requirements are. Okay, a swordfish, stew, and ribs. Okay, ribs do mean we have to kill mammoths for that, and then we need stew and swordfish. That is a lot of stuff. Okay, I think we're just gonna kill this guy. You know, hopefully my dogs deal with him here. Where did my dogs go? Guys, dogs. Yo, can my dogs do something? Am I gonna die here? Okay, I'm literally about to die here because for some reason, my dogs aren't doing anything. Okay, there we go. I don't know what in the world they were doing, but they were on a load of nothing right there. Okay, nice. We got another polar bear pelt as well. So I think what we're going to do next is honestly, let's summon in a few more wolves because literally a ton of them just died right there. And then let's actually quickly make this polar bear hat. That is super, super useful. But because we need swordfish, ribs, and stew to tame a polar bear, that's going to take quite a while to get. And honestly, it might be easier to tame a mammoth first because all we really need is cake and pumpkins. And I feel like we could get that a lot easier than all the other stuff they want us to get for taming a polar bear. So honestly, I think the game plan right now is I'm going to head back to base and I'm going to get a load of stuff to try to tame a mammoth. I don't know if I have the exact amount of stuff, but it should be decently close. And then once we tame a mammoth, it should be pretty easy to tame a polar bear because all we really need are the ribs and swordfish. But let's see, let's put everything in the grinder and hopefully we'll have enough stuff to tame this mammoth. Okay, it looks like we're getting attacked tonight. I'm not too nervous though. I have a rifle and honestly, we also just got an ice sword. So it should be pretty easy to deal with all of these cultists, especially with how much damage the ice sword does and with how fast these wolves are, we are going to be completely fine. I think what's really useful about the wolves is if you hit something, literally anything within that general area is just going to instantly die. They are very, very good. As you can see, they just obliterate that cultist straight off the bat, which is insane. This is probably one of the better kits, if not the best kit in the entire game, which is kind of crazy to think about. But we have 5 cakes and 10 pumpkins in our sack now. So what we need to do is actually get rid of one of these wolves. So there we go. We got rid of that one just like so. And we actually also need to clear out this area just so more cakes and pumpkins will spawn in over time. But I'm honestly shocked that we got this many cakes and pumpkins this fast. Like we're making amazing progress. It feels really good. All right, here we go. We're going straight to the ice biome and I'm going to give a shot at taming this mammoth. You know, hopefully we'll be able to. I really don't want to kill any of them because if we kill one, there's like only a limited amount of mammoths that can spawn in. So I really don't want to risk anything by having to kill one. So I'll probably just run away if it gets mad at me, but it looks like there's 2 right here. I don't know how many can spawn in, but I'm pretty sure it's only 2. But let's see, we should be able to complete this game pretty easily if we're, you know, somewhat decent at the game. So here we go. Just like so. This is pretty difficult. Oh my gosh. We're about to do it. Okay, he needs 2 pumpkins and a cake. We do have cake on us. We have 5 cakes on us. Okay, there we go. That's the first part of the taming complete. We need to do this 4 more times now. And yeah, this took literally forever to tame this mammoth. I literally got interrupted in the middle of taming because it was about to turn night. But nonetheless, we were finally able to tame the mammoth and it is absolutely insane. I did not expect it to be this strong. Sweet. Okay, pumpkin and cake. Here we go. We should be able to tame the mammoth right now. Is that it? Yes, there we go. We tamed the mammoth. Oh my gosh, that is ridiculous. Yo, he looks absolutely insane. Oh my gosh. Yo, we literally just tamed a mammoth. Like, let's just think about that for a second. We tamed the strongest mob in the entire game. That is actually insane. Okay, I want to put him up against like some sort of different mob, but that is absolutely insane. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I just did that. That is absolutely ridiculous. Dude, we literally have a mammoth walking around in base. It's Bean. Yo, can we get a W Bean in the comments? I don't even want to rename him. That is insane. We literally have Bean on our team right now. This is so cool. What in the world? I did not expect to just be able to tame a mammoth. Like, that is so cool. And it looks like we're about to get attacked tonight, so we should be able to fight all of the cultists, and we'll see what this mammoth is truly capable of. I'm kind of hyped for this. Now, I might try to release some of my dogs just so I can see how much damage the mammoth actually does. But I mean, like, this already straight off the bat is absolutely insane. And supposedly we're gonna attack tonight. I mean, I guess we're not. Okay, that's fine, I guess. We'll go back out into the wild pretty shortly, but that is so cool that we have a mammoth now. You know, hopefully we'll be able to tame some more mammoths in the future. But what I do want to tame next is a bear. bear because the bear is super fast, if not faster than the mammoth, so they could be even more useful. And then obviously I do want to tame a few more alpha wolves, but we'll get to all that very shortly here. What I do need to do, however, is start fishing, because in order to tame the bear, we're going to need to get a ton of fish. I looked it up on the wiki, and in order to tame the bear, you need 5 steak, 5 pumpkins, and 5 salmon. That is a lot of food. So we're gonna start fishing, and hopefully we'll be able to tame like 2-ish bears. That'd be super cool. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna go out, start fishing, and I'll just cut to when I have a ton of stuff. Okay, while I was fishing, it turns out we're literally about to get attacked. So let's see, what is about to attack us? I mean, obviously it's gonna be the cultists, but it might be a bit more than usual. And I just wanna see how this mammoth performs with the cultists. Okay, so there's one right here. Yo, wait, he does a ton of damage. Yo, he literally just flings them up. Wait, this guy's actually low-key kind of insane. What in the world am I even watching? Wait. This guy might be absolutely busted. Okay, unfortunately, he does get stuck on the campfire. Wait, but Bean is low-key putting in a ton of work right now. Obviously, the wolves are also cooking because, well, the wolves are just really good in general. But wow, he was literally just throwing the cultists up in the air like it was nothing. That is crazy. Anyway, I'm just gonna go back to fishing, and hopefully I'll get all the stuff I need to tame the bear, because that is the next thing we need to tame. Okay, there we go. We finally got our last salmon, and that means we can try to tame a bear now. So we need 5 pumpkins, 5 salmon, and 5 pieces of steak, which I should have. At least I'm pretty sure I have. Yep, 1, 2, 3, 4, and I need 1 more. Okay, there we go. And I think I'm just gonna quickly go out and explore and try to tame this bear. Oh, and I also just realized I will have to release one of my pets. You know, as long as I'm not releasing the mammoth, I'm completely fine with that. There we go. And now it's time to tame our bear. And low-key, I think I'm gonna release all of my dogs, like, to be completely honest, because really we just want to get better and better pets as the video goes on. So we're gonna get rid of all of our wolves, and we're just gonna tame 2 bears, or at least 1 right now, and then we'll tame another one once we actually like fish up some more salmon. Right now we won't be able to, but you know, hopefully we're even able to find a bear. You know, I'm imagining we'll be able to. Oh wait, do I see one over there? Okay, no, I do not, unfortunately. You know, I should be able to tame this bear. I have no clue. Oh, I see one right over there. Okay, we should be able to tame him. Here we go. You know, I don't think bears will be too hard to tame, but let's see. Okay, yeah, this one is really easy to tame. Holy cow. Yo, Bean, why are we attacking him, bruh? Bean, yo, chillax, my guy. Okay, Bean, what was that, bruh? Why did you do that? Why did you just kill that bear? You killed that guy in cold blood, bro. Okay, we're gonna sit you down, and we're, you know, I don't think we'll actually be able to tame the deer right now. Okay, no, we're just gonna head back to base. Being low-key kind of sold right there. Now, for some reason, all of my pumpkins are missing, and I'm pretty sure that's because Vestinian yoinked all of my pumpkins to try to tame another mammoth. You know, taming the mammoths are pretty hard, and I'm pretty sure he literally just yoinked all of my pumpkins, but that's not too big of a deal. We should be able to get some more spawning in here pretty soon. Let's see. Okay, this time we're not gonna make the same mistake again. We're gonna sit Bean down right here, and we're gonna head straight back out and now tame a bear. You know, hopefully, if we're able to tame this one pretty easily, we'll be able to tame another one in the future. But let's see, there should be some bears out in the wild here. I think that's one. Okay, there's 2 right over there. Okay, so we should be able to tame one of these. I'll be kind of shocked if we aren't able to. Oh, it looks like there's 3 over here. Okay, that is a lot more than I expected. Let's try to bait this guy over here and tame him really quickly. Okay, here we go. This should work out pretty well for us. Yep, here we go. And let's just give him all the stuff he needs straight off the bats. And you know, I just realized I'm pretty sure I accidentally ate some of the food. Okay, no, I didn't, thank God. And let's keep trying to tame this bear. This one is so much easier compared to the mammoth. It's low-key kind of ridiculous how much easier it is. Okay, he only needs salmon and a steak. Keep taming him. This is pretty easy so far. Okay, another pumpkin, salmon, and steak. And 2 more times, here we go. No, I'm hoping the bear is really good. Okay, there we go. A pumpkin, salmon, and a steak, just like so. And okay, this should be pretty light right here. Here we go. Another pumpkin, salmon, and steak. And this should be it, right? Yes, okay, we just claimed the bear. His name is Ziggy, and he's a black bear. Oh my gosh. Yo, that is sweet. Oh, this color palette is so cool. What in the world? Okay, honestly, I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna test Ziggy out. We're going to go straight over to this cultist area, and we're gonna see how good he is. And let's see. Okay, they do a ton of damage. Holy cow. Okay, let's get that crossbow. Oh yeah, these guys do a ton of damage. Oh my gosh. Okay, now I don't know if the bear, okay, yo, he does so much damage. What in the world? Okay, they unfortunately can't come in here. I don't know, but there's something bugged with their AI where if it's not like a normal terrain. Oh, I guess Ziggy can come in here. I guess just Bean won't come in. Yeah, that's fine. I'm just gonna chill in here. We are getting attacked tonight, but I'm not gonna worry about it. I'm just gonna chill out here and I'm gonna let Vestinian deal with it. But if we're able to get 2 bears, a mammoth, a polar bear, and an alpha wolf, yo, that would be a crazy animal army. Like that would low-key be absolutely insane. Okay, it's finally daytime, and I guess Vestinian somehow died at the fire. You know, maybe I shouldn't have just left him out there. But look, I did just expect him to magically die, okay? You know, I thought he'd survive. I thought he'd be like, you know, able to take care of the cultists. I guess he wasn't able to. So I guess we'll just quickly head back to base and deal with all of these cultists, because I'm pretty sure they're all next to our fire still. You know, we should be fine, especially now that we have a literal bear and mammoth on our team. Like, that is low-key kind of crazy. Okay, we got a ton of cultists over here. You know, these guys should be pretty easy to take care of. Yep, let's have those mammoths go after it, just like so. Wow, okay, these guys are literally getting one-tapped. This is crazy. And, you know, I don't feel like dying right now, so I'm gonna play it safe and just use a rifle and have my... Oh, dude, the bear goes so fast. Yo, when the bear is angry, oh my gosh, it literally goes Mach 10. That is crazy. What in the world? Okay, let's quickly revive Vestinian. Wait, but that is absolutely insane. Holy cow. I did not expect him to move that fast. Okay, so the bear low-key might be a bit better than the mammoth. Like, honestly, I feel like the bear is honestly kind of insane. And yeah, he only needs steak to recover. He doesn't need pumpkins. Wait, he low-key might just be like absolutely insane. Okay, so far we have tamed an alpha wolf. Well, we haven't fully tamed an alpha wolf. So actually, I'm gonna quick check with Vestinian and see if I can literally just steal all of his food in order to tame an alpha wolf. So in order to tame an alpha wolf, we're going to need 4 salmon, 4 mackerels, and 4 steak. Thankfully, the steak is really easy to get. We can straight up just steal from Vestinian. There we go. Don't tell him I did that. And we only need 4 salmon, so that should also be pretty easy to get. Unfortunately, I am going to need to fish for a majority of that. So I guess I'm just gonna go out into the wilderness and start fishing for quite a while, because that is the main thing we're going to be needing for a lot of taming. It just looks like salmon is really the main one. I don't know why they like salmon so much, but whoa, what in the world? Okay, he just flinged me because he could. I think what we're going to do is just fish up around 10-ish salmon, and then we should be good to start taming a alpha wolf. So I'll see you guys then. And you know, to be completely honest, I did not realize how long fishing takes. Like, maxing out your rod and trying to get a ton of rare fish in order to tame animals literally takes forever. On top of gathering resources for this animal city, I literally took over 100 days to do that. But it's fine, we're back. It's time to tame a load of bears and wolves. Okay, somehow like over 150 days have gone by, but I've gotten a ton of salmon. We have grinded just a ton of stuff, but it's time for me to tame a load of bears because I've low-key been stalling to do that. So let's quickly tame some bears. We need 5 pumpkins, 5 salmon, and 5 steak, and I'm pretty sure I have everything. So I'm gonna quickly sit both my animals, and I'm gonna go out and try to find another bear that I can tame. The goal is to tame every single animal. So now that we're gonna have 2 bears and a mammoth, honestly, the next thing we're gonna be going for is probably either a polar bear or an alpha wolf. However, the one that's gonna be really hard to do is the polar bear, because we're gonna need to get 5 ribs for the polar bear. And if you guys know anything about ribs, the only way you can get ribs is by killing mammoths, and I really don't want to kill any mammoths when I could tame them, but unfortunately that's probably gonna have to be done. So let's quickly first tame this bear. This guy should be pretty easy to tame, but I'm honestly really excited to tame a polar bear because bears are like genuinely insane. They are super fast, deal a load of damage, and sometimes deal knockback, and polar bears are literally just the normal bears but on steroids. So like, I'm imagining it'll be even more crazy. So it looks like we only have to give this guy food one more time and he should be fully tamed after this. And then we can try to tame a polar bear. So let's give him all this food and there we go. Okay, we have another bear. His name is Clover. Sweet. Yeah, and I guess I'll just quickly head back to base. That was actually pretty flawless. And the next thing I'm gonna tame is actually an alpha wolf, which should also be pretty easy. But the main reason I'm gonna be taming an alpha wolf is because it's really good with the kit I'm running. All the wolves get extra speed and damage, which is going to be very, very useful. Obviously, they're not going to be better than bears. I might as well get an alpha wolf because just having bears would not make it an animal city. It'd just be like a bear city. And this deer is getting really close to me. Holy cow. Okay, we're back at base. We are chilling. Now, in order to tame our alpha wolf, I'm probably also going to sit down my bear right over here. So we have Clover, Bean, and Ziggy. That is pretty cool. So let's sit down Clover just like so. And now I'm gonna need 4 salmon, 4 morsels, and 4 pieces of steak in order to tame an alpha wolf. And you know, that should be relatively easy. I just need to get a ton of steak by killing wolves, which, you know, should be pretty light. There should be like a ton of wolves in this general area. I'd be kind of shocked if there's not. Yep, there's some wolves. Oh, I'm about to die. I am kind of being an idiot right now. Yeah, let me just head back to base. I do not feel like dying right now. I'm gonna heal back to full and then quickly go out and kill some more wolves. Oh, actually, I think I'm just gonna steal from Vest. Wait just a minute. Yo, he's not gonna notice, right? He's not gonna notice. He's not gonna notice. Okay, it's fine. Let's just go tame another alpha wolf. Now, I have no clue where alpha... Oh, there's one right there. Sweet. Okay, this guy should be pretty easy to tame off the bat. Okay, yeah, this is absurdly easy. We want steak, a mackerel, and a salmon. Tragically, I don't have any mackerels. I'm pretty sure I fished up a ton of them. I thought he wanted morsels instead of mackerels. I guess he wants mackerels instead, but thankfully mackerels are really easy to get. I'm fairly certain I have a ton fished up near base that I just haven't collected. Oh wait, it turns out he has them right over here. Oh my gosh, I am actually crazy. Okay, there's alpha wolf right here, and hopefully he doesn't attack me. Yep, there we go. And let's just quickly tame him. This will be pretty easy. And honestly, taming alpha wolves and bears are genuinely some of the easiest things, purely because with the like mammoth, you have to be so precise. It's actually kind of ridiculous. Thankfully, with the alpha wolves and everything else, this is fairly simple. Okay, so he wants a steak, a salmon, and a mackerel. Thankfully, we have all of those. We did a good amount of preparation. All right, and this should be the last one in order to fully tame him. Okay, a steak, salmon, and a mackerel. There we go, fully tamed alpha wolf, and his name is Bolt. Yo, wait, this is literally like the dog from the movie. Wait. Yo, editor, put a picture of Bolt up on the screen. You guys see the resemblance, right? There's no way you guys don't see the resemblance. That has to be, that's like the exact same dog though. That is the exact same dog from the movie. And after taming an alpha wolf, there was literally only 2 more animals I had to tame in order to complete this animal city. Obviously, we have to start building up the actual city, but the 2 animals I needed were a polar bear and an Arctic fox. Now, the Arctic fox will be really easy to tame, but the polar bear will be absolutely, like, probably one of the most difficult of the video. So we might as well start taming. And then once we tame this Arctic fox, we only have 1 more animal we need to tame, and that will be the polar bear. And then from there, we have literally tamed every single animal in the entire game. And then all we need to do is just build an entire city to house all of these animals, which will be, you know, a bit of a struggle, but it shouldn't be too difficult. So let's go straight out here and I guess just quickly tame this Arctic fox. You know, this should be pretty light if I'm not mistaken. Okay, he just wants a steak and a chili. Pretty easy. There we go. And you know, I actually wonder if the Arctic fox is good. I'm assuming it's not. It's only like 3 layers of difficulty, so I'm assuming it'll be pretty easy. All right, and we have 1 more. Here we go. This should be pretty light. Yep. And now he should be fully tamed. You know, okay, let's just see. Ooh, wait. He turned into a normal fox. That's so cool. His name is Pebble. Wait, wait. Low key, I think Pebble is my favorite. Why is he so adorable? Wait, what in the world? Yo, I think Pebble and Tiggy are low-key my favorites. Comment down below what favorites you have, but low-key Pebble is actually like unbelievably cute. What in the world? Look at him. He's just a chill guy. Oh, that is so cool. You know, let's actually quick look and see if we're able to find any mammoths, because we do need to kill them in order to get ribs, in order to actually fully tame a polar bear. I don't know if there are going to be any mammoths out here. I kind of doubt it. I feel like there's only a limited amount of mammoths that spawn in every world, and I feel like we tamed both of them. I don't really know where else they could be. And whoa, it looks like there's a ton of cultists in here. I'm actually just gonna like skip all of this and claim all these fuel canisters. Let's open this chest and I'll quickly open the other one. I actually do kind of want to fight all of these cultists. You know, I kind of really don't want to get rid of Pebble now. I feel like Pebble is just so unbelievably chill. I really don't want to get rid of him, but if I get a polar bear, I have to get rid of someone, and it's either going to be Pebble or it's going to be one of my alpha wolves. And honestly, it's probably going to be the alpha wolf, to be completely honest. Now let's quickly break all of these down and let's just go to town, honestly. Like, this should be going absolutely crazy. We have Pebble on our side. We can kill all of these cultists super easily. Yeah, there are so many we're able to kill right now. Let's get rid of that guy right there. We have this massive juggernaut that should be after us pretty shortly. Yep, let's get rid of that guy. And whoa, we are a bit low on health, but we should be fine. And I think there's only one more cultist in here, if I'm not mistaken. We have a few frozen shurikens, so we should be pretty easy to kill. And let's quickly go all the way up here and kill this last guy, just like so. Oh, okay, we're kind of just chilling. Hopefully no alpha wolves spawn on us. We are a bit low on health, so I don't want to die right now. That'd be very, very embarrassing. Oh, okay, so quite literally, I have no clue what's happening right now. I am very low on health. Holy cow. I actually want to get on Bean's back. That way, if an alpha wolf spawns in, that exactly doesn't happen. Okay, I think I'm just gonna start running. I am very low on health right now. I don't want an alpha wolf to spawn on me, or else I'm literally just gonna instantly die. So I should be fine. You know, this owl is going to be a bit annoying. You know, we might die here. Oh my gosh. Okay, wait, we should be fine, hopefully. Okay, here we go. This is a bit more intense than I would have liked it to be. Thankfully, we do have all of the pets on our side, so if we do get hit, the animal should just die instantly. And okay, we made it back to base, thank God. Whew, okay, that was a bit closer than I wanted it to be. And is Pebble fine? Okay, thank God, Pebble is fine. But we do need to quickly check and see if there's actually gonna be like any mammoths out there. I am still trying to scout out for one, so we'll go back when it's fully daytime, but I still haven't found any. Okay, we're back out in the winter area. You know, I really hope we're able to find a mammoth. That'd be very useful right now. However, I haven't seen any anywhere in this area, so there might just not be any. That'd be kind of tragic, but I wouldn't be too shocked as well. I know they only spawn in a limited amount. There's not really a lot you're able to get in the game, which is kind of tragic. Looks like we killed all of the cultists up here, so we should actually be able to get all of these rewards from this little area, which is gonna be very, very useful for us. Getting a load of cultist gems, just like so. And for some reason, all of my bears are kind of just being right next to each other right now. If you guys could move so I can pick up these gems. There we go. And I think we're chilling right now. Let's just pick up these tires. And yeah, I think we got everything we needed from here. And let's just see if we're able to find a mammoth. You know, if we can't, that's completely fine. However, ideally, we're able to find at least one or two to get a ton of ribs from. That is the hope, at least, because I really don't know how else we're gonna get ribs, unless maybe polar bears drop them. But I don't think they do. And I really don't see any more mammoths around here. You know, other than the one I tamed, I don't know if there's any more. Oh, it looks like there's a house right here though. Is there anything in here? Okay, some washing machines and chairs. I'm taking the chairs, guys. I don't need any comments about it. All right, there we go. And I still haven't found a mammoth yet, so I have no clue if only two spawn. If that's the case, that could be kind of concerning because I don't think it's possible to tame a polar bear then. Because if I'm not mistaken, the only way to get ribs are by killing mammoths. And if we tamed all of the mammoths, we can't really kill them. Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's no way for us to get mammoths. Yeah, I don't know what else we could do. I know there's like, can we break these ribs? Okay, no, that's not how that works. Yeah, I have no clue if there's any other mammoths. In fact, I'm just gonna chill in here while it turns daytime and I'll just cut to when it turns day. Hopefully we're able to get some mammoth ribs. That way we're able to tame a polar bear. But if we're not, it's really not too big of a deal. I'll just see you guys then when it's daytime. Okay guys, I have good news and I have bad news. So the good news is we're gonna be able to keep Pebble. Yes! There's no reason to get rid of him because the bad news is there's no mammoths. There's nothing. Like there's no way to get ribs. So that means there's no way to tame polar bears. But we tamed every other animal and I'm confident we could tame polar bears if we're able to tame mammoths. So from here, we're just going to grind out a ton of trees. And honestly, we're just gonna start building this base once we chop down a load of trees and I'll just cut to when I have a ton of saplings. You know, maybe we'll see some cool funny moments in between, but yeah, I'll see you guys then. Okay, it's about to turn daytime again, and look at all of these saplings we have. Like, this is low-key getting kind of ridiculous. Obviously, we're going to need to get a lot more. Like, we are literally on just team deforestation right now. We have so many saplings. Now, I'm actually going to quickly buy a bit more ammo. I think I'm gonna get a ton of rifle ammo right here, because I do want to complete the stronghold one more time. Now, I know I already do have a chainsaw, but I think getting some thorn armor would honestly be really, really nice and and honestly somewhat convenience. So I'm going to quickly go to the stronghold and try to fully complete it. So far, we have been making a ton of good progress, and as you can see, we have nearly explored the entire map. Eventually, I do want to explore the entire map, but we also need to make this massive animal city, and that will take quite a while. I want to have separate rooms for each individual animal, and that might take a bit, but I think it'll all pay off in the end. And yeah, it better pay off, because after clearing out the entire stronghold area, I quickly bought a ton of furniture for our massive city we're about to build. And if you guys are enjoying this video so far, please like and subscribe. We're trying to hit 60,000 subscribers, and just the support over the past few videos has been absolutely insane. So if you enjoy this content, make sure to like and subscribe. But anyway, back to the video. We are finally done grinding. It is day 560. We have a few saplings, to say the least. We're probably going to be making it to thousands of days. We're going to be going AFK eventually. But this is absolutely insane. Look how many saplings we have. So what we're going to be doing straight off the bat is just by quickly making a large sapling circle around this entire base. And then inside of it, we're going to be making individual rooms for every single pet that we have. Is that a bit overkill? Sure, but it's going to be worth it in the end. So I guess what we need to do is just pick up all of these saplings, and we're going to start building our massive tree wall. So obviously, first things first, we're just going to be placing down all of these individual saplings, just like so. And then we're just going to be placing them all at the same time, and then we should be able to make a perfect tree circle, or at least one that looks somewhat perfect. Yep, here we go. And I just want to make sure there's no gaps, just because we have so many saplings, like it's low-key gonna be overkill. So the less gaps we have, the better, just so we use up a ton of our saplings. We low-key might have more saplings in this video than I did in my largest base video. You can see literally like all the trees outside of this base are just completely gone. Like we chopped them all down. So please subscribe for my suffering, because this took literal ages to do. But we're placing a load of saplings down, just like so. And this tree wall should be pretty easy to make. I mean, it only took us a few hours to get all these saplings. So yeah, it did take quite a while. And it looks like we are being attacked tonight. That's not really too big of a deal for us, considering we've been consistently getting attacked for the past however many nights. It is so late. I am inconceivably tired right now. Okay, we are about to get attacked. I'm gonna try to place down as many saplings as I can right now though, before we actually start fully getting attacked. I'm pretty sure the moment the deer spawns in is when the cultists actually like fully spawn in, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, yep, all the cultists should be spawned in here. Yep, there's one right here. He should be pretty easy to get rid of. And let's quickly get this crossbow guy as well. That's pretty easy. Yeah, we just gonna want to get rid of all of these crossbow guys, and then the rest of them should be fairly easy. Whoa, I almost died right there. Holy cow. Okay, I think I'm just gonna chillax for a bit. Why do we have all these defense blueprints placed down? What are these doing here? Can we pick these up? Bro, what are these yo, what? Why are these placed down? Okay, let's quickly finish this tree wall. I don't know why we have defense blueprints placed down. It's not too big of a deal. It doesn't really change anything about the base we're going to be making. If anything, it'll just make our animal city a lot more secure. So let's quickly finish placing all of these saplings down. And I'm glad we have so many, because we do need a lot for this massive city. And then especially if we're going to be making rooms for each individual animal, yeah, we do need a lot of saplings. So I don't even know if this would be considered overkill. You know, honestly, it might be, considering we're about to finish the ring and we have all of these saplings left, but it's fine. We'll probably be making another ring eventually as well. There's not really a thing as too many saplings. Okay, so our tree wall is finally completed, and it looks pretty solid so far. Ignore this weird part right here. We kind of botched the circle and then had to repair it, but who cares? It's not too big of a deal right now. And it actually looks like the furniture trader has arrived today, so I'm going to quickly go over to him and essentially just buy everything. I want each individual animal to have a unique room and unique house. That way this city feels fully complete. And well, you know, like an actual city. Okay, so let's see what the furniture trader generator can offer me. Okay, a ton of hedge groves. We want all of these. They also have a ton of picket fences. Okay, I will take a load of these. We got some bean bags. Okay, I'll take a bit of these. We got some pillows. In fact, I'll just take everything right here. We got some shrubs, some more flower bushes, some more chairs. Yeah, this is absolutely amazing so far. Let's get all of these. Yeah, we're essentially just getting everything we can right now. And yeah, I think this is pretty solid. I think we got everything we wanted from this. This should be pretty good. And then let's just get all the rocks just like so. I guess we'll get a nightstand because we can. Let's get a few more trellises, and I think that's essentially it. I don't think there's anything else we actually need. I guess some flower vases, and we'll call it a day. We literally just spent 600 coins right there. That's kind of overkill. And I think we're gonna place all of our blueprints down right here, just because we have so many. This might be a bit overkill, but it'll also make this city look really, really, really good. All right, there we go. And I think it's just time to make a load of log walls and start making this entire place look really good. Okay, we're crafting all of these log walls. Whoa, okay, we have so much wood. Holy cow. Okay, that should be enough right there. Let's just place a ton down just like so. And literally all we're gonna be doing right now is just making this massive log wall just to make this place a bit more secure. And that way, like, we're actually able to properly decorate and it'll look pretty solid instead of just a random log wall coming out of being attached to a tree. It'll be log walls attached to log walls. So it'll actually look, you know, somewhat decent. And I actually just realized I'm gonna have to cut down some of these trees just so everything lines up properly. And once these are chopped down, this should be essentially it. I just have to pick up that, place that sapling down, and pick up all of these logs, and then we should be fully good for this part. Just chop down a few more trees, just like so. And then yeah, I think if we just fill in the gaps, it should all line up properly. Yeah, it looks pretty solid. We'll place a few more log wall blueprints down, and we'll just keep surrounding the perimeter of the base. Okay, all the log walls are finally all placed down, and it's time to start splitting up the base and making a ton of rooms for all of our animals. And first things first, in order to do this, we're going to need to pick everything up. Now, essentially, I'm going to be picking everything up, and Vestinian is going to be the one that builds the rooms, and I'll be decorating them from there. So we need to pick up all of this stuff, and wow, yeah, this is a lot of stuff that's going to be clutter in my inventory. I don't know if we're going to be able to, oh, we can pick up the respawn capsule, sweet. Okay, so we can literally pick up everything. This is absolutely amazing. Let's get all of this picked up, and our base is looking kind of trashy right now, but we'll be making it look pretty good here, at least pretty shortly. Now, I don't know if I'm actually able to pick this up. Okay, sweet, I can. And then let's pick up this as well. And I think everything that needs to be picked up is picked up. Well, at least for all these farm plots and this little stew area. I definitely do need to pick this up, but I won't worry about it right now. I just need to make sure I pick up all these carrots, just because for some reason, when you pick up farm plot blueprints, if there's carrots or pumpkins or really anything fully grown in, if you pick up the farm plot blueprints, they'll literally just glitch out and you'll just have floating carrots there for no reason whatsoever. I don't know why it does that, but it does that for some reason. So let's pick up all these carrots, place them all down, and this game is definitely going to be lagging a bit while I try to get rid of all these carrots. Holy cow. All right, and then let's pick up this right here. So we want to pick up this crock pot. We want to pick up this rainwood storage, and oh my gosh, it is so laggy. I don't know if you guys can feel it or not, but the frame rate of my game is absolutely plummeting. Let's pick up all of these farm plot blueprints, and we should be good from here. Because now literally all we need to do is just start making individual houses for all of our animals, and then our animal city will start looking really, really good. First things first, we're going to need to make an entrance for this base, and I think we're going to make it right here. This will probably be like the best place to make the entrance for our city, and it'll probably be the place that looks the best. And then I guess we'll just quickly place some log walls going in just like so. Yep, that looks pretty solid. And we'll just quickly finish it right here, and that should be our entire entrance. There we go. And now from here, we're going to be making individual rooms for all of these mobs. Now our base is looking kind of trashy right now. I'm actually just going to eat all of this stuff. Just need to make sure that this place is entirely cleaned up because it does look really bad right now. And I actually do need to drop all of these blueprints, and really the only ones I'm gonna be keeping are the log walls and the defense blueprints, because those are really the only ones we kind of need right now. I'm gonna place a load of defense blueprints down. That way all these cultists can't get in, and they'll literally just instantly die the moment they run in. That way this will be like super efficient, and we don't really have to worry about any of these cultists. There we go. They're all literally just dying the moment they walk in. I'm pretty sure that mobs won't get damaged on this, on stakes. I'm pretty sure it's just cultists. At least I hope so, because I don't want our animals to just walk over this and instantly die. That'd be kind of embarrassing. Okay, there we go. We got a ton of stakes placed down. In fact, I actually do want to try this out. Let me actually get one of my pets to set up. I think we're gonna get Pebble. You know, I love Pebble. I just want to make sure that they don't get hit by these. Okay, sweet, they don't. That's good. I did not want Pebble to die there. But we have a ton of stuff here, just like so. And now from here, what we're gonna be doing is separating this entire area into a ton of different rooms for all of our animals. And while we are gonna need a lot of log walls for this, so I'm just gonna buy some more. There we go. And it's time to start making this place look really good. So I'm actually gonna just quickly do a quick little 90-degree angle, just like so. And I think that's where we're gonna put all the kids and tents and beds. I'm not really too worried about where the main beds or where the kids go. I kind of just want this to look pretty solid for all the animals. I think we're just gonna pick up this right here, and this will be like a little entrance. And then we'll pick up this as well, and this will also be like a little doorway. Okay, so there we go. We have 2 rooms right there, and we're literally just gonna keep repeating this pattern as the rooms get larger and larger. Whoa, and okay, somehow there's a cultist right here. I don't know how in the world he got there, but we'll just, I guess, keep circling this defense blueprints. I think it's because there's a rock outside and they're all jumping on that rock. But from here, we're gonna keep making our mini houses larger and larger. And honestly, I think this will look pretty solid if what we do is make this like a solid complete wall. So we will have to go around our campfire for that, and then we'll kind of treat these like hallways. There we go. Okay, what is this right here, bro? We're too tired for this. We're way too tired for this. What is happening, bro? I'm too tired to make this video. Oh my gosh. We're gonna need so many log walls as well. Oh, this is gonna be a while. Okay, I think I just realized we're going to need a lot more wood. The amount we had before is definitely not gonna cut it. Now, this will look really cool for rooms. Like, we are going to have a lot of rooms down here, which will look absolutely sweet. If anything, I think this will be like an entire area for bears. This can be like for an Arctic fox. In fact, I'm actually gonna get Pebble right now, and this is gonna be Pebble's area right over here. I'm gonna get Pebble in right there and sit him down. This is Pebble's area. Treat him with the utmost care. Pebble gets this entire area to himself. Yo. Okay, so this right here is where Pebble is gonna be, and we're gonna keep making these rooms for all these different animals. I think we're gonna have an entrance right here, and we're just gonna make it perfectly symmetrical on each side. Actually, I don't know if we'll be able to do that purely because of the fact that we do have this little crafting bench right here, so I actually don't think we'll be able to do that. First things first, however, we still need to get a ton of wood. Okay, we're gonna be attacked tonight. We might need to return to our fire. Actually, we are at our fire. Scratch that. However, what I do need to do is get a ton of wood because we are very broke right now. So I'm gonna place all of these saplings down, and this should be pretty light. I'm making a mini tree farm just because we're gonna need a ton more log walls in order to fully complete this animal city. However, I really like how this is turning out so far, especially if Pebble's room is going to be completely decked out. We all love Pebble. Okay, looks like all the cultists just spawned in, so I'm just gonna run into our base, and they should just all instantly die when they try to get in here. Yep, that one died. Okay, we are absolutely chilling right now. Yeah, they're all just trying to run in, and they're all just instantly dying. That is absolutely amazing. Pretty sure this is it. I think these are the last 2, and we should be good from here. Yep, nice. Let's keep picking up all of these saplings and all these logs, just because we need to get a ton of wood in order to fully complete this massive base. Now I'm slowly realizing how many saplings I'm about to have placed down here. We might actually crash the game with how large this tree farm is about to be. I don't want to crash the game, but I'm very certain it's gonna happen at this rate. We are about to have a ridiculous amount of saplings placed down right here. This genuinely might just get us 1,000 wood straight off the bats. Okay, it's time for us to cut down all of these trees, and we definitely have a lot of trees, to say the least. We are you'll see shortly, I actually need to quickly drop off all of my blueprints of essentially everything I have. This is gonna be a bit overkill, all these trees, but you know, at least we'll get enough log walls from this. We'll definitely be getting enough log walls from this. Oh, my game is gonna lag so hard. We have like a ridiculous amount of saplings here. Oh my gosh. I honestly kinda, I actually gotta regret placing that many. Dude, I'm actually in a swimming pool of logs right now. Yo, what is happening? I actually have no clue what's happening on my screen. Oh my gosh. Yo, we have a bit of logs, bruh. We have a few logs. We're gonna have to put in the grinder. Oh my gosh, I did not expect to have that many. That is an absurd amount. Yeah, we're just gonna put all these in the grinder and I'll see you guys then. Okay, there we go. We finally got all of the wood. We got 400 wood from that. That is absolutely insane. So let's craft a few more log walls and finish making this base. Or I guess, well, finish making the layout for this base. I do want to keep everything symmetrical. Unfortunately, I have a load of carrots right here, and honestly, what I'm thinking of doing is extending this part of the base out a bit further and making this a little AFK area. And honestly, I think that would look pretty solid. It might take a bit of time, but I honestly think that'd look really cool. Like, I can have an auto stew generator and really just essentially everything in this little part of the base. So I honestly think I'll quickly do that. I just need to pick up a few log walls and then break down a few of these trees, which won't take any time at all. So let me just quickly break down all of these trees. Okay, now I only did extend it out a little bit, but I think it looks pretty solid. All I have to do to quickly finish this full transformation is just pick up all these logs and saplings and then just make the outer rings of it fully tree encased. All right, okay, so it's time to finally place down all of these saplings and just make this little part of the base fully enclosed. And then I'm gonna make this a little AFK area as well, because honestly, getting to 2,000 days would be very nice. And then especially if we're going AFK with a ton of animals, if we ever get hit by cultists or any enemies, the animals will automatically kill it. So there's literally no risk of going AFK overnight and then somehow accidentally dying to like a stray cultist. Literally your animals will automatically take care of it, which is really good. So let me finish placing down all of these saplings and this part of the base should be good. And wow, I did not realize how large this base is. This is absolutely ridiculous. Holy cow. So yeah, now I just need to make this part of the base a little bit better, which won't be too hard. I'm thinking of just making this a little bit of an AFK area. Okay, there we go. I really like this part of the base. What we're gonna be doing is put up a ton of farm plot blueprints right here. Actually, I think we'll place them right here, and then we'll have our automatic stew system right here. That way we're able to get infinite food and it'll still look somewhat decent. Okay, now I know it doesn't look that good right now, but we do have all of our rooms completely outlined. I know it doesn't look the best right now, but it will start looking really good shortly. Just give it a bit of time. Now, what I want to do next is pick up all of these and quickly find where all of my farm plot blueprints are. Here they are. Because really what I want to do is start making this infinite stew generator in the corner of our base. That way it's just always making stew while we're completing the rest of the base. We're going to place everything right here in this corner, and this should work out pretty well. We're placing everything down right here. Let's pick up this crock pots, and then we're also going to pick up this. I think we're going to pick up these two log walls right here, and we're going to place down a few wood rain storages. And then obviously we're going to be placing down our crock pot straight in the middle. Now, unfortunately, I don't have it on me because when you pick something up, after placing it down, it goes to the very back of your inventory, but boom, there we go. That should be good now. And we can start having infinite stew cooking in the background while we're finishing up our massive animal city. And now, honestly, it's just really time for us to start decorating this base. And now we can actually start picking up all these carrots and stuff. That way our base doesn't look like absolute garbage. And I think right over here is where I'm going to be placing all the beds and stuff, because I feel like we just need to have all the basic necessities in the back of the base, and then the rest of the city can kind of just be all the way around here where all of our animals can be. I feel like it'll just look a lot better that way, and it'll be a lot more space efficient. So that means I can finally pick up all of these blueprints and I can start placing them all down in this little area. Okay, honestly, this base is low-key starting to grow on me. It doesn't look as bad as it was looking beforehand. Let's quickly pick this up and get all these materials, place down this sundial blueprints. Actually, let's place down this ammo crate first, and then the rest of our stuff. So our compass and our sundial blueprint. There we go. Yeah, honestly, the base is starting to grow on me. It isn't that bad. It's low-key. It's getting better with time. It's slowly getting better with time. Yo, Pebble's room is absolutely decked out right now. Holy cow. Yo, and then low-key, I'm just gonna shower Pebble with some good food that they can literally just eat forever. Pebble deserves the entire world right now. Can we get a W Pebble? We need some W Pebbles. Oh yeah, Pebble is living the life right now. This looks absolutely amazing. The rest of the rooms look kind of bad right now, to say the least. But, you know, they'll start getting better in time. I think the next room we're gonna start working on is gonna be mainly the bear room. So we're gonna put a freezer down for a ton of fresh meats. And let's just get some beanbag downs, just because, well, we all love beanbags. Put a bit of flowers here. There we go. And, you know, I think we're gonna grab a few saplings, just because trees will always look really, really good with anything. That's just my take in this game. Any sort of trees, really, I think in any game will just look really, really good. Let's just quickly put some saplings down right here. There we go. And, you know, the bear room does look kind of scuffed, but hey, it's for bears. They're not going to care that much. Let's put some rocks down. I think this is where they can, you know, like play fight and just do random stuff. Okay, now I'm going to do is actually pick up both of my bears right here and quickly just teleport them into the bear room. So boom, there we go. Oh, it turns out all of them decided to teleport into the bear room. Okay, there we go. Let's sit both of these down and let's quickly get our mammoth bean over here. You know, I just realized bean is going to be pretty hard to transport. I think this right here will be the mammoth room. I don't know what else could be. It's going to be very difficult to get bean over here. So let's quickly pick up that and he should be able to get over here. Yep. Okay, nice. Let's quickly set bean down. There we go. And let's bring Pibble. Bro, I did not just call Pebble Pibble. I am so tired.
I am Pibble. Wash my belly.
Now our last one is Bolt, or at least that's the last of my animals, and we're gonna quickly move Bolt over here. I'm pretty sure if I just run over here, he'll just teleport to me. At least that is the hope. In fact, I'm just gonna chill right now, let all of these cultists die before I actually run out of my base and try to have all these teleport to me. But as you can see, we have the bears right here, and this is where all the mammoths are gonna be. But I quickly also wanna make a really nice looking room for my dog Bolt, because, you know, we all love Bolts. Yeah, and look at all those cultists die. Holy cow, that is that's pretty light. We literally don't have to do anything and all the cultists will just automatically die. That's kind of nice. Now actually what I'm gonna do is pick up a few cultists and throw them into the bear area, just because I'm imagining that's what bears like to play with, is either cultists or, you know, something like that. I think that looks pretty solid for the bear room. And it looks like Bolt is finally following me, so hopefully we're able to get him over to his next room. All right, come here, Bolt. We're trying to get you into here, bruh. All right, boom, there we go. This is where Bolt's room is. And let's sit him right in between here. So it should be right here. Yep, wait, come here. Okay, and now this is where we're able to make his nice little base. Okay, you know, I think this room is honestly turning out pretty good. If we get a few saplings, I think it'll look really solid. And this room for Bolt will look really, really, really good. Especially if you put a few trees down, I think this could really, really level it up. Okay, we're putting a few saplings down right here. And I think this will look really, really good once all these are fully grown in. Oh yeah, that looks absolutely sweet. And now we're just gonna put down a few more picket fences, just because, you know, I like the look of them. I think they look pretty cool. And this should be pretty good right here. I think this base for the dog looks pretty solid. And oops, okay, we accidentally placed that one down. And I think we'll just place down a few hedges just so this place looks a bit better. There we go, that doesn't look bad at all. Yep, and this will be the entire dog room. Honestly, I think we're gonna place down a few more beanbags. Just that way, all the dogs can sleep right here. This will look pretty cool. Yep, that's where all the dogs can sleep. I really, really like this room. This looks pretty cool. So we have the dog room, we have this area. Look, man, don't question it. And then straight over here, we have Pebble's room. Oh yeah, Pebble's room looks absolutely amazing. Let's be completely honest. And then we have the bear room. This place is kind of chaotic to say the least. And now finally we have to start finishing up the mammoth room right over here. And then once we finish up the mammoth room, we should be almost completely done with this huge city. This is looking really cool so far. I love how this is turning out. Okay, and this is our last room. This is where all the mammoths are gonna be. And you know, I don't know how we're gonna make a little bedding area for the mammoths. I don't really know how we're gonna do that, but I guess we'll figure it out. They are kind of large. I don't know what in the world they'll be able to sleep on. Maybe this pillow right there, like maybe this rock will be their pillow or something. Yeah, honestly, there's not much we're able to do for the mammoths, unfortunately. But honestly, I'm pretty sure from here, this area is fully completed. This mammoth area looks really cool. We have both mammoths. They all have their little separate segments. Honestly, it looks pretty sweet. So as you can see, and I guess we'll just put this cultist straight over here to finish off the base, eat this pumpkin, pick up a few of these morsels, and quickly give them both to Pebble, because why not? And holy cow, my frame rate is dying right now. I'm pretty sure it's because of the stew maker over here. There's just so many entities. It's low-key kind of crazy. Like whenever this thing is moving, it gets so laggy. Holy cow. But yeah, I'm pretty sure this is the entire base fully complete. Honestly, I'll quickly give an outside tour. I mean, there's really isn't much outside for you guys to see. It's just a massive log wall that goes all around this entire base, or I guess an entire tree wall. And obviously there's this little opening right here for all of our farms, and we can fully circle this entire area. It's honestly pretty large. I'm really happy with how this base turned out. And then inside we have our little entrance where no cultists can get in, or else they will literally just instantly die. And then to the left we have Pebble. We all love Pebble. Like, who doesn't love Pebble? We have all this right here. I mean, Pebble's room is debatably the best. This really does look the best. And then over here we have Ziggy, Clover, and Pickles. This is where all of our bears will stay. They have their little cultists to deal with. They have steaks. They can do whatever they want. And then we have Bean and Snickers, probably the two hardest to get of this entire video. They both have their nice little rooms with some pillows that they can sleep on. I think this place looks absolutely great. And then obviously we have the main living area over here with all of our oil, a ton of resources. Like, we have everything we need. We have infinite food right here, a revive beacon. Let me actually turn that on. There we go. We have essentially everything we need in this base. It is absolutely amazing. As you can see, we have Bolt, Scout, Stacy, and Mocha. So yeah, if I'm not mistaken, that right there is our massive animal city. We have Arctic foxes, dogs, alpha wolves, bears, and mammoths. And if you guys want a part 2 to this video where we tame literally every single animal, that includes all of the lava biome ones as well, just leave a comment down below. I thought this video was super fun to record, but it is literally 4:10 a.m. and I have college tomorrow, so I don't think I'm getting sleep tonight. Low-key, I think I'm just gonna pull an all-nighter. But yeah, I absolutely love how this base like turned out. And by the way, if you watch my videos and you want to see more in the future, please like and subscribe. These take so incredibly long to make. But yeah, thank you guys so much for the support recently. This is honestly probably one of the craziest videos I've done. So yeah, if you enjoyed it, I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching.